Check, 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 check. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. Bang, bang, bang. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, why you got to double up on me over here? All right, all right. Shout out to everybody here. Thank you for jumping on in. How am I looking? How am I doing? Hard to see really what's going on. It's a lot not as easy as it normally is for me to see what's going on. Let's get that music pumping. Let's get it jumping. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. Appreciate you all for jumping on into the live stream with the Crypto Lifer. Bang, bang, bang. Amazing day to be alive. I got to jump on into that chat. I want to see what's up with the chat. I am in sunny Florida, baby. I am in sunny Florida. I traveled through the night through that hurricane. It tried to take me out. They tried to knock me out the sky while Bitcoin was dumping and pumping. It was out of control. And we made it, though. We made it. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here and sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Wow. When you guys log in, you guys log me out, and now I can't even get to the chat because it's not letting me get into my own account. Let me see if I can get lucky here, and it can brush past. Proceed. No. All right, I think it pushed through somehow. I don't know how. 451 people on the live. Thank you so much for coming on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Got a whole new setup. This is my travel setup. So bear with me as we keep it moving. And I got monitors everywhere. I'm trying to make so I can see what's going on. It's not that easy for me. Yeah. Doing a bunch of different things. Doing a many things at once, man. All right, but Bitcoin. I got an idea here for BTC. We're going to look at the DXY. I got a couple things bridging in the area for you. Things that I saw that you may not have seen. And let's break it down for each and every one of you. Let's bring that music down a little bit. I think it's a little high. How's the audio pumping? I'm going to go to my team and ask my team how we doing. We love you, Sam. We enjoy everything you do for us. Respect. Thank you. Hey, Lifer, I'm working XTC Festival in Orlando all weekend. If you need a pass and a ride into site, all you got to do is holler. Dude, that's dope. Shout out to Justin Burdick. Welcome to Florida, sir. Thank you. Shout out to Tony Rosas. Shout out to everybody. Sarasota in the house. Shout out to my people. Audio good. No music. No music, huh? Oh, yeah, I muted the music. There you go. Now you got the music. Zero Soul, when you have the chance, please, and thank you. Zero Allegiance, my man. This guy used to show up with $50, $40 super chats. Dude, you built it, and they came. You were one of the first people to build this YouTube channel with me. You're the man, dude. Beware of the gators. I know, man. So many gators out there could take me down. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate you all for being here. And look, there's a beautiful view of the bay right there. I'm looking at beautiful sailboats in the background. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Sending knowledge and love from Dubai, man. Thank you so much. What's up, Lifer? Ooh. Always got those I got duplicate donation labels. It comes in 2 times. You know? I'm always like, why? I got a cheer label. I got to figure that out too, man. But I got 2 donation labels. Tweets. We got to bring the tweets down. Tweets don't need to be that loud. Discord. How is everything connected into this? That's interesting. All right. What's up, everybody? So let me break it down for you. Let me show you what I see happening for BTC. Right off the bat, look, if you are privy to this now, show me the charts and I'll show you the news. This inverted head and shoulder was telling us that the CPI data was going to be a little weaker than, better than normal, and we were going to get a bit of a move to the upside, measured move. And look at that. Look at that. Pure as day, right? Now, if you didn't pick up on that, right? And again, I was flying, I was packing, I had to fall asleep from 10 to 3:30. Can bring the volume up on the music. Let's get that over here. Let's do that here. Seems like a nice volume there. Dude, this feels good. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you. It's like a jazz radio show, right? You come on in, you get relaxed, and then you get the knowledge. Boom, Porter Rock, you are the best, man. I love you to death, man. I wish you were here right now next to me, helping me produce the show every single day, babe. God bless you and yours, man. Thank you to everyone out here. We made it. We made it. The plane touched down. I did not die. I don't like to fly. Flying freaks me out, but I'm getting better at it. The more I do it, the more I'm just like, it is what it is. You're in the air. You can fall down from the sky. But look, there was an inverted head and shoulder here that also told us, boom, CPI data to the upside. However, we're forming a bit of an M pattern, aren't we? And now we have a bit of resistance for Bitcoin. So now we're starting to form a resistance pattern here for BTC, which is an M pattern. You're overbought on the 1 hour time frame. You had a big of a push up. I like that. Everything was good. You went from this point of control, where to your next high volume node. I teach this all the time. Look, inverted head and shoulder with an inverted head and shoulder in the right shoulder. As it got above the point of control, where did it go? It jettisoned all the way to the next high volume node. This is how you trade the VRVP. This is how you do it, baby. You get through this gap section here. Boom, to the upside. Look at that massive candle, and it made sense. It makes sense. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. So happy that the internet's rocking. So happy that we're going through it. Puerto Rico, we got no latency too. Latency is spot on, baby. And I could change the camera angle too. Do you guys want to? I got another lens. I could make it even more in depth where you see just my face. But I thought it'd be cool to kind of show you the area, show you kind of a little bit of where I'm at. You know, I thought that would be kind of fun for y'all. But you tell me whatever makes you happy. And maybe we should bring it all the way to the right so it's kind of spot on there. Spot on, man. Spot on. I see a little white where I don't want it. I'm a producer of this show here. All right. And I don't have my new label up. I'll have to like rebuild today. I didn't do it. I should sit and build, but so look, this is the VRVP, the volume range visual profile, or the visual profile volume range, VPVR, VRVP, whatever you want. People call it different things, different strokes for different folks. What I did do is this time, I usually have a little stand here. This time I took this apart and realized that I could stick one on the side of my backpack, the other one in my bag. You know, every airline is 50 pounds. So I made it 50 pounds, but nope, Spirit is 40 pounds. So I'm sitting there taking things out in front of everybody at the airport like a fool for 70 beans. But you know what? I'll do anything to save money. You know, even when you have the money, I feel like it's rude to the universe to just toss the money away. Like, yeah, you could afford the $70. But, dude, take the stuff out and save the money. You know, that ended up being breakfast for the morning. You know what I mean? And some lunch. You know, $70 goes pretty far in Florida, further than it does in Massachusetts, I'll tell you that. So, look, resistance. We're out of resistance. You know, and we're at a high volume node. This is what's going to happen. We would like to just see a consolidation. And what you're looking for is for Bitcoin to hold one of these two levels. You want 16,800 or 17,300. You know what I mean? The 300s and the 800s tend to be these areas we tend to come to many, many times. All right. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. And you're beautiful people. You know that, right? You're also beautiful people. Each and every one of you. Gorgeous. Sexy, amazing, vibrant. I love every one of y'all, except for the kids. Stop. Hey, Sam, if you have someone like an admin or support, could they have them contact me, please? It's quite pressing. I mean, don't ask me. Email CryptoLifers@gmail. All right. Marketing team at CryptoLifer.com, dude. We got an admin right here. People ready to go. Ready to help you out. All right. What's it about Elon? You're funny, man. What's it about Elton John? Lifer is behind the cam in lingerie. Why would you say that, dude? Oh, my God. Craziness. Craziness. Do you still talk to the OR dev team? Not much, man. I really don't. No. I do not. Okay. I know, right? Don't talk about my wife like that. Have some respect for yourself. When you say things like that, you have no respect for yourself. You know. Anyway, look. This was also a cup and handle. See, inverted head and shoulders. Whatever fan just turned off. Sounds better on the mic now. Babe, were you doing like a hairdryer? Thanks, man. There's probably an AC in here or something. Who knows? You know what I mean? Yeah. So look, I mean, what I also want to show you is it's a bit of a Sammy cup and handy to the upside, right? And a lot of the gain taken should be happening now, in my humble opinion. We're going to look for continuation, but what a beautiful day. I mean, huge gains. We talked about Anakin. Remember I went up at Anakin? I said if anything's going to pop, it's going to be Anakin. Who remember me talking about Anakin, man? You know? God bless to you and yours, my friend. Nakuba, I'll see you later. If not, love always, always, and always. Be well. Love you, man. Yeah, I don't understand people, because I saw you, remember this. Love you, man. Hey, people join my group. If you made some money, it is what it is. You know, hey. I don't want to get into it. I can't get into it. Yeah. Remember, when I see people get into, like, you know, little kind of funny arguments or whatever with themselves in the 99, and my whole thing is, you know, you join the group for me. you don't join the group for anybody else. You know, if you meet people along the way, fine. You know what I mean? So I love when people are always like, well, I don't know, whatever. So my relationship is mine and yours, you know. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh, I am for real. Shout out to Gregory the Sniper. Shout out to CNC Ireland. Thank you to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here and sharing yourselves with the Crypto Lifer. I greatly appreciate it. So look, we had a bit of a flag here. So this is what we're seeing. We're making a range. We're flagging out. And what we want to do is we want to not go lower than this previous support zone. We'd like to hold 17,300. I think my daughter just had the door open or something like that. Witnessing history, yours shows more level of nodes. If you want to see all the nodes, hit settings, okay? And go to the inputs and change your inputs to 240 from 24 to 240. You don't have enough. See right here? This is what you got, right? You probably got this, right? You want to see way more nodes. It's not easy. You can't. That's hard to trade. You can't trade like that. It's not going to give you the special sauce. The special sauce, if you had a 0 right here, bing. Wait, numlock, bing, and there you go. Numlock. You ever get thrown off by numlock? You swear you're touching it, and it's not happening. All right, so look, that cup and handle did play to the upside, as you can see, with the measured move of the flag, length of the pole to the upside. Unbelievable, right? And the inverted head and shoulders. So the same thing that we teach, the same thing that we preach, the same scenarios. If you just take the same scenarios over and over again, you're going to be able to figure it out. Like, block out all the nonsense and just keep it moving, all right? Let's take a look at our number one thing that we love to hate. I don't like to hate anything, but there's one thing I like to watch dump, and it's the dollar index, right, Summer? DXY taking a massive dump to the downside, a massive, massive, massive dump. To me, this dump will be so bad, I do not see it recovering, so I don't see Bitcoin going much lower. I believe I was close to the bottom, 17.5, maybe 16, 15.8 was the bottom. I'm telling you right now, it's highly likely that we've bottomed for Bitcoin because this has now lost its major level of support. We were showing you this flag. We were going over this every time. Also, I've been showing the monthly chart, right? Remember this. I've been showing the monthly chart. That's a bearish engulfing candle. I've been saying this is about to dump hard. I also showed you, look, the last monthly chart when it started to dump here, that was Bitcoin's rally of 2017. Here is the monthly chart dump here again. Look, my lines are still here from last time. And that was the rally from 2020. And we're about to have another Bitcoin rally, in my humble opinion, as this monthly begins to dump. And we're going to have a nice 10, 12-month dump to the downside. So a lot of people don't realize, but 2023 may be the year of years, baby, for cryptocurrency to bounce back. These prices could have been some of the lowest prices to grab into. Anakin banging to the upside. Who remembers me talking about Anakin 2 days ago, saying if anything could pop, it could be Anakin. Anakin. So the dollar index continuing to dump to the downside. The larger time frame suggests a massive, massive dump. Let's break down to see what we're happening here and see where we're at now with this move. So now what we can see is we're in this falling wedge, and we can begin to wedge it out. And this is beautiful. Now, I expect to bounce back to the upside, but I do not want to see it break back inside of this bottom trend line. Breaks back inside this bottom trend line, we're going to have some trouble. We're going to have a little bit of a problem, all right? You see what I'm saying? And then it could even come up back to here. So we want to see this get rejected, head back down here, and, hang out with this area, and then even head lower, down to 106. So, and we called the top. If you remember, I called the top of the dollar. I said, this is the top. It's likely to begin, and then we called this top. And how do we call the top? With bearish divergence. I'm a divergence trader, and divergence is really how I get down with brass tacks, baby. It's how I make it happen like a captain any single time while I'm rapping and slapping. Keeping it moving while I'm rapping. But look, you got to swing up here. This is a solid swing up. Look at the RSI. Even the RSI swings down. Look at my RSI with divergence indicator. It's giving you the strong bearish divvy. That's a red R. When the R is red, it's bearish divergence, especially it's at the top. If it's a green R at the bottom, it's bullish. This is the stochastics RSI with divs. Neobutane, baby. Neobutane. Shout out to everybody here on the live. I love you more than you would ever know. And I appreciate you all because without each and every one of you, I got nothing. I don't got a show. I don't got a celebrity. I got no life at all. But you all came through every day. You showed up with the love. You showed up with the support. You showed up. And you gave me a life worth living every single day. Shout out to each and every one of you. 581 people on the live, 247 likes. Can I get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it. And, we had 1,000 people on the live the last 2 days. We've been bumping and running. And, of course, I had to ruin the algorithm by going on a vacation with my family. But you know what it is? I'm hard. Sometimes I'm really hard. I'm like, no, we can't go on vacation because the algorithm's too good. I got to keep moving. I can't miss my show at 10. And honestly, we planned it so I didn't miss my show. We were supposed to fly in yesterday afternoon, but we couldn't because of the hurricane. We had to change our flight to this morning. And if not, honestly, we were going to cancel the whole trip and I was going to stay home. But the Airbnb wasn't going to give us our money back. Yep. And I was going to say, okay, I'll just tell everyone who, that I'm a YouTuber and this is what you're doing. You don't want to tell, I always pull the YouTube card now. When anyone wants to play a game with me, a hotel, I say, okay, I'll just tell my 37,000 subscribers that you're a bum, And they'll be like, I'm like, yeah, I'll just tell everyone on social media, my 10,000 Twitter followers and, my almost 40,000, almost 50,000 people, in total, actually 60,000 with my TikToks. I was like, I'll just tell them that your services are whack and that you treated me like garbage. And they're like, oh, you're on YouTube? Oh, maybe we don't want to send that commercial out to the world. You know what I mean? It does come in handy when people try to play games, specifically at hotels and Airbnbs. I'm like, all right, I'm just going to blast you to my social media channels and tell everyone you're a scumbag. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for coming on in. Appreciate you all. 600 people on the live, 279 likes. Can we get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it. So FTX in a bit of a flag here. In my opinion, it broke down. I think, to me, it looks like it's making a bit of an inverted head and shoulder. It's kind of at the market's mercy right now. It's crazy, though. We find out so much information. If you're following Ben, staying up with Ben, and I'll be interviewing Ben next week. I mean, this is heating up. Interviewing Ben in 8 days. Next Friday afternoon. We're going to sit down after this blows over a little bit, and we're going to break it down. It's going to be pretty intense when we get down to what actually went on. And you know what? It's greed. When people are greedy, they do things that they don't think they'll do. And they take advantage of other people in ways that they shouldn't. And it's sad. I learned this lesson young, thank God. God showed me these things at a very early age so that I didn't have to make them on a big scale, on a big stage. Now when I see people making these mistakes that I learned when I was 12, 14, 16, 22, 25 years old, I'm like, how did you not learn that? Like, didn't you know that every time you cheat other people, you never get away with it? The problem, you know what it is I think there's digital cheating going on and people don't feel it as much. Like if you're with a friend and you cheated on your friend's, with your friend's girlfriend or something, like, I don't mean to be rude. I'm trying to come up with a quick metaphor here, so I'm sorry. And people would feel bad because it's right in his face. Like he went out and you went behind his back and you did it right there. But some people, they set up an exchange, right? Or they go after someone's project and they never meet the person. It's all digital and they have a team do this and they grab liquidity here. And to them, it's just like, oh, it's just part of the game. You know what I mean? Oh, well, someone has to win, someone has to lose. But at the end of the day, you're screwing someone, right? You're screwing someone. So apparently ICP got completely screwed. Axie Infinity, I guess he would take out huge marginal loans and short the projects to the ground. You know what I mean? Kind of crazy. And I don't know all the insights. We're going to find it out as time goes on. But pretty crazy what he did. And basically for his own personal gain, he was going to ruin an entire industry of people. Not cool. I don't stand by that. I will never let that happen. You know what I mean? If I can. I didn't have the money or the power at the time. But thank God somebody did that cared about us. And thank God we had people looking out for us. And thank God God does exist in this world. Because if God didn't exist, he would have won, baby. Thanks for everything. Much love, Sam. Shout out to Jeff Brown. Thank you for the $199. Appreciate you for jumping on into the live. Thank you for being here. Good stuff, Zed. Bitcoin dumps normally around 85% from the top to the bottom. We must hit 10K. Just ATA. Yeah, but I believe the top wasn't 69. The top was the original top. And I think we've already done the 88% retracement. We're going to take a look at that. Look, if you go here, we'll look at it on a different chart. But we'll get into that. I want to break that down. I want to have a discussion of that. That's a good discussion to have. I appreciate that. Shout out to the 619 people in the live. 293 likes. Let's get the likes up to the watchers so I don't have to say it again. It's not that fun to hear. Baby! Sorry, a little over-modulated there. Dude, I'm loving that there's no drop frames here, and this thing is booming. Internet is handling it very, very well. Robust internet. Thank the Lord. Even after the entire storm came through and all that, still good to go. So, shout out to my team for being there for me. You guys have no idea what it's like. I'm sitting here, No, literally, I got the plane landed 9:30. You know, we were on our way to the Airbnb hotel. I rented like an Airbnb in a condo, so it's an Airbnb, but you feel like you're in a hotel. You know, they brought up my another thing. I got a letter from the CEO of KuCoin, being a strong KuCoin affiliate. I got a letter from the CEO, and just want to say, he solidified that they're going to start using Merkle Tree transparency, that they're never going to use funds that they don't have, and they're not playing that game. And so I just want to make that clear. I got an email this morning from the KuCoin CEO to all the affiliates letting us know, have no fear. We're not playing those games. You can feel confident with us. Imagine being an affiliate of FTX right now. Feel like a complete clown, right? But look, this is what I got to do to build the stream. It doesn't happen by itself. I'm not here to I eventually want to have an assistant meet me in every city that I'm at. This place is high end, though. Look, the refrigerator is inside of a closet. That's how you know it's nice. When the fridge is like, you can't see the fridge. When the fridge is in, and that's a giant fridge, too. The thing is huge. Funny, Discord makes it blurry, huh? But like building. I got so many wires, so many cords. You got to get the audio done. You got to get the lighting done. You got to get the camera done. You got to get the computer ready. Then you got to figure out don't do that. You're in trouble. Come over here. You're in big trouble. Come here. You're in big trouble. Come here. You're in big trouble. You know you're never in trouble with me, right? Come over here. You're in big trouble. Come over here, little tiger. Did you guys get me a smoothie or what? Oh, that's amazing. What is this?
Strawberry and banana.
Oh, that's good. That's real good. All right. Anyway, so building the stream is another thing you got to do. Man, it's insane. And thank God I was a video engineer for years, and an audio engineer. I rapped for years in the studio. I know my audio. I know my video. I built David Letterman's show. You can go see, on Netflix. If you watch My Next Guest Needs No Introduction, you can see my name at the end of all the videos, assistant editor or whatever. Who cares? The point is, I understand my stuff when it comes to audio and video. All right? And we build, baby, we build. So this could make another right shoulder and then possibly get a move to the upside. I'm looking for a pullback in the market, though. 1 hour's overbought by everything, and you hit resistance at 17,000 what? 18K, really. 18K. And then 17,800. So this is going to be our next big boy support, big boy resistance region that we must get back above. My green areas, my big boy support and resistance. All right? We had the shoulder, head and shoulder to the upside. Ooh, I love this track. Woo! Makes me want to bump it. Yeah! Yeah, baby! How can you be upset when you're in Florida, baby? How can you be upset when you're in sunny Florida in November when it's freezing, back to being cold? We had a nice week, though, in the East Coast. Back to being cold again, though. So we're going to watch this flag for BTC on the 7-minute time frame. Okay? Likely coming down. This is an M pattern. We're getting a rejection. 7-minute is overbought. 15-minute is overbought. Music's a little loud. Okay? 15-minute heading down low too as well, as you can see. Interesting, can you retest? Can you retest this zone? What I like is that we broke above the 200 simple on the 15. It's a good sign. It's a nice little long. You'd be surprised how much you can long the breakups of the 200 simple. And also, look at my same thing that I teach. Remember, I've been teaching this all week. I've been teaching this one concept all week, and I just want to get it through to your heads. So let me show you if I can get it in here. Yeah. And it's on multiple time frames. You can use it on any single time frame. Somebody, are you paying attention? Be careful. You burn yourself. That's a stove. You can leave it there for now. What's the face? Where are these new faces you're making? You got a new face every day. You got all the... Why don't you come show them some of your new faces, huh? You're shy, huh? You're shy now that you're older. You understand it's a lot of people online around the world, right? Before you didn't really understand. Now you're like, what does daddy do? So look, we use the replay button here, right? And we come all the way back. And we see this tightness in the moving averages. And what happens is we jettison all the way back up. Oh, sorry. I want to go further back in time to really show what I'm saying here, really convey my message. But what happens is the other moving averages get conjoined tight, but the 200's far away. And if you flip this upside down, I teach you to get out of the trade whenever the 21 and the 200 are super far apart and the price action starts to jettison out. Look at the shoulder, head, and the shoulder. If you ever have trouble seeing an inverted head and shoulder, flip it upside down, and you'll see the head and shoulder, the shoulder, the head, and the shoulder. You'll see the M pattern. See, the W's aren't as apparent on the low because you're scared. But if you look at it the way it's supposed to be looked, you'll play it the way it's supposed to be played. It's hard to short every single M, and it's hard to long every single W, okay? And it's not easy. There's a W there that didn't play out, stop lot. But if you just keep going at them over time, they play out, and that's the key. So what I'm trying to teach you is this idea is where we would dump to the downside, down to the 200 simple, right? Same idea that you jettison back up to the 200 simple. So it's interesting that this happened because it was supposed to happen, but yet it also came out with the CPI data. And that boggles my mind because it's like, show me the charts and I'll show you the news. And somehow we're all connected. Somehow it's all one. Somehow everything is in unity. You know what I mean? And I don't understand that at all. I can't figure that out. Fire, baby. Porter Rock's coming to the East Coast, getting it in. So what we want to see is we want to see this 15-minute retest. We want to see if we can hold this new level of support that we have broken back above. This high-volume node area, can you hold 17,700? And so far, we may get a bit of a bounce. We could be calling this a possible retest to the upside, and then could we get back above this zone? Bitcoin attempting to make a new high here, you know, after the beat down to the ground. Dollar index, though, not looking too good, suggesting that we'll continue to the downside as well. So, hey, anything is possible. Everybody's on edge. Everyone's still wondering what happened. Like, right? The market's just in a complete state of shock. Like, what actually happened? I mean, I'm with you 110% on that, you know. So, look, these will eventually get tight, FTT, and then we should jettison up to the 200 simple. Same concepts. Let's look at the all-time history index for Bitcoin. And one thing I want to show you is the 4-hour. And we want to look, I mean, we fell. And just trust me on this. When you get back above the 200 simple, a beautiful long can occur. Once you break below the 200 simple, short that. The second a candle closes below it, short it. Short it. And you'd be surprised. Look, the second you below the 200 simple, beautiful short. Second you drop below the 200 simple, beautiful short. Second you drop below the 200 simple, beautiful short. Second you drop below the 200 simple, a beautiful short to the downside, okay? So using this yellow line to long, and look, the second you get above it, beautiful long. Second you got above it there, beautiful long. And you can go over any asset in the world and check this. You can look at Tesla. Thing is, what I teach you, people don't realize, what I teach you, you can use on any asset in the world. It's not just pertaining to Bitcoin. You can use it on any asset in the world. Same, look, once you got above the 200 simple, long that Tesla. Once you got below the 200 simple, short that Tesla. Once you got long it. Once you got below it, short it. And look how Tesla looks a lot like Bitcoin. Isn't that interesting? I mean, they hold a lot on their balance sheet. So look, it's reacting just like Bitcoin. It's almost in a very similar location. What it does have that Bitcoin doesn't is a good bullish divergence here for Tesla, telling me that may be a pretty nice buy. The S&P, let's take a look at the ES1 futures too as well. But that was just a demonstration to show you that you can use anything you want. So I talked about this cup and handle blasting to the upside. It was weird when we started to dump. I saw this bear flag, and it looked like we were going to drop, and it just did not make sense. But lo and behold, we ripped to the upside this morning with the CPI data coming out soft. And now look at the 4-hour time frame pushing up for the S&P. And we're right at resistance right now, and we're breaking through it. The resistance for the S&P, dude, we're on our way back to 4,000. This is a big deal. You remember down here when I called the reversal for the S&P right here, and no one believed me. And then when we came up here and we had this tight action, I said we cannot break back inside this pattern. We must break above. We got it. Bounce. This was a shoulder, a head, and a bit of a right shoulder. We bounced anyway. CPI data in that dump on the dollar index would pump the S&P futures to the upside, saving the world markets. Crazy. I screamed on the plane. I really did. I shouldn't have, but we landed. And right when we landed, everyone got ready and they shut off all the high things and we were about to park. And I go, the S&P just blasted. And everyone was like, really? And one dude was like, really? And one dude wanted to know who I was. He's like, who are you? What do you do? And he looked at my channel and I was like, yo, check it out, man. And he's like, dude, I started buying Bitcoin. I bought one 19K. He's like, I started buying 19K. All right, shout out to DJ Porter Rock. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. So look, the S&P futures getting back above 39.26. Unbelievable. I love it. We're going to look at that CPI data too as well. CPI home data of labor statistics. I just want to show you the numbers so you can tell your family and friends. You can sound, on point. So all items, all right, major categories, 12-month percentage price index, right? 7% increase in 12 months is pretty crazy on everything in the market, all right? I just want to see their newest CPI data. Can you guys dig up the CPI data chart? I had it this morning, and I was looking at it, and yeah. Wait, here it is. All items released in October as shelter, gasoline, 1110. Here we go. Yeah. I want to look at the PDF. Here we go. And they're just going to go over everything, So food, in April, we were up 0.9. All right. Now, all the way here, down 0.6%. Okay. Adjusted. So all items are up 0.4%. All right. So CPI data has adjusted somewhat, but look, we're not up 1% like we were in May. We're not up 1.3 like we were in June. 1.44. We stayed the same. So had this moved up, okay, so what they're seeing, let me just make this really clear to you, because everyone wants to make it seem like you have to be an expert to figure this out, and you really don't. It's like, it's a seesaw. It's plus or minus. They raise the interest rates, and they see this number go down, then maybe they lower the interest rate. Like, they don't have to go. So if they go to 7, they go to 0.5, and they see this number go from 0.4 to 0.3. Then they see it go from 0.4 to 0.2. Then they might go to 0.25. They do that. They ease up, right? More people can get more jobs, right? The interest rate starts to drop. Borrowing gets better. The real estate market recovers slightly. And what happens to the stock market tends to rip because it has everything it needs. It has everything it needs to make it happen, okay? So this stayed the same. Look, it has not stayed the same. Look, it increased there. I don't know what's happened there. Maybe they didn't do the data there, right? Yeah, they skipped July meeting. No meeting in July. And then, boom, I don't know, or maybe it was zero. Maybe that was the data. It didn't move. You know what I mean? We didn't really have any increase. Here's a 0.1. Here's a 0.4. There's a 0.4. So we want to see these numbers start to fall slowly to the downside, right? All items are up 7.7% now, okay, in total. Now food is up 10. But, energy is still up huge. Look at fuel oil, 68%. Gasoline, all types, 7%. Energy and commodities, 9%. 19%. 20% on utility, gas services. It's a big deal. So the food index increased 0.6 in October, following 0.8 price in September. The food at home index was 0.4 in October, the smallest monthly increase in the index since December of 2021. That's a good sign. It's a very good sign. The smallest increase since December of 2021. I mean, shows that possibly the 0.75 basis points could be doing something, or even if it's not, it makes them think it is. You know what I mean? Why are we going over this? Because this comes out every month. And what is the CPI, right? It measures the change in price paid by customers for goods and services. Pretty obvious. The CPI, Consumer Price Index. It's what consumers are going to pay for goods and services, right? It is what it is. Now, I could go out and get a green screen if you guys want me to. You guys let me know. I think it's cool to bring you into the setting that we're in and kind of show you what's happening. I think that's interesting. But you tell me. I don't want to put words in your mouth. Shout out to the 672 people on the live, 355 people on the like button, $41.99 on the chat revenue. Thank you so much for the love. Look, I talked about Anakin. I said if anything's going to pop, it could be Anakin. Now, it took a nosedive, so, I was looking at it up there. But Anakin is a beautiful, beautiful coin. Another thing that I want to show you, everybody here, is not everything's in the dumps. Like, we started trading Anakin when it was down here at, about 0.008, and it's already at 2 cents. So we were trading Anakin below 2 cents. Look at MNW. I'm just going to try to show you stuff. And because I look at the market, I can find the information. We started trading Morpheus Labs. Remember, down here, 50, 60 cents. It's still $1.48. A lot of these coins are higher than they were months ago. You know what I mean? The hot coins stayed hot. So these are the coins I'm going to be trading. So I know what to trade for the next few months. I already know. That's why I believe joining a trading group is smart, because you're going to be privy to what a veteran trader knows how to pivot, knows how to move, knows how to look for the special sauce. Look at these M patterns, perfect shorts to the downside. Short and M. That's all you had to know how to do is short and M. Simple stuff. The simpler you keep it, the better. You know what I mean? And the price action, the 21 super far away from the 200 simple. Now you have some hidden bullish on these. What's interesting is I'm seeing hidden bullish across the market, and I'm wondering how this will play out. You know, I'm looking at it like, all right, can you break back inside this pattern? Like, did you break in and out? And can we make this inside it? Like, could this possibly begin to resemble a bit of an inverted? Something to think about here on Morpheus Labs. All right, Morpheus Labs. Bang, bang. So I start looking at things like this. I start projecting into the future. Then I also pull a Fibonacci on this. I want to see a mini fib. I want to see where we're sitting at. And I guarantee we bounce off the golden pocket. We did. See that? How did I know? Because that's how it works when you pull a Fibonacci. Once you understand your fibs, you're unstoppable. And look, just buying the fib right here, just getting in at the 618 would have rendered you some money there. A lot of traders got into, and boom, to the upside, Morpheus Labs. And this, I'll teach you all this stuff if you join my trading group. I have a Fibonacci boot camp waiting for you. It's like a 45-minute to an hour-long video breaking down all the ins and outs. All the ins and outs of Fibonacci. And like all the different times I used it, how I used it to find the bottoms of Bitcoin, how I used it to get into coins, real-life scenarios that I actually used it in. Not just like a guy saying, hey, this is an area. Like I'm telling you real-life stories. Like I'm showing it to you, then I'm telling you a real-life story. Like here's where I actually used it to do this. Here's where I actually used that to do this, you know? That's key, because anyone can run their mouth about a line. But like, did you do it? Did you use it? Like, how do you use it? Let me know. Let's get down to brass tacks. Like let's get down to the facts here. Shout out to the $41 in chat revenue, 671 people on the live. Appreciate you all for coming on in. I greatly appreciate it. So Morpheus Labs on my radar is a hot coin to be trading. Anakin on my radar is a hot coin to be trading. Gods on my radar is a hot coin to be trading. I like Yield Guild Games too. YGG, all right. GMT made a massive move to the upside in the last couple of days. And GALA, let's talk about GALA. Because GALA got shifted to the downside. Remember? It had its, it got like pounded. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Sam Bankman-Fried was behind that too. I'll be honest, because I started seeing someone shorting these coins to a point of no return. And I was like, but if you look at GALA up 70, 80% right now, and if you look at it on the daily, I mean, these could be some major moves here. We have a major bullish divergence on the daily time frame. Look at that. A major bullish divergence. That's beautiful. You're in a falling wedge, likely to break to the upside 68% of the time. Trust me, if you took a beating and you lost a lot of money, there's money to be made back. You know what I mean? You'll make it back. You will make it back. Have no fear. That's what the markets are all about. Getting your butt whipped, figuring out why, and then correcting. Not everybody loses. There are people that make money trading. Trust me. You know what I mean? There's money out here every single day of the week. The more you focus on that money, the better off you will become. So look, I do see a bullish divergence here forming on the 4-hour and the daily time frame. Could GALA 3 out, already up 80%, continue to the upside? How much would that make a move back to the upside? 1,000%. That's a 10x. Imagine 10x, and it would only just be getting started. It would just like simply, and this is what, I actually wanted to make a statement about this in my trading group today, but I don't want to like freak everybody out. But what I wanted to say was, I love these Bitcoin dumps. And they'd be like, why? Well, because the Bitcoin dumps, what they do, right? What they do is they push these coins so low that all you need is a quick V-shaped recovery to make a massive gain. So look, like, boom, 21% gain like that, 12 hours. You know, yes, it was a ballsy call. Like, you'd have to buy the low, but if you do exactly what we do, which is buy bullish divergence on oversold time frames. So you look at the 4-hour time frame and you're looking swing low to swing low. This does swing low, but that's a Class C bullish divergence, and you should get somewhat of a move to the upside. Now, you're at a resistance point. It's not amazing. Okay, you're back at 3 cents and 0.2 of a cent. GALA's been getting beat to the ground recently, right? But rounded bottoms pay the bills. This is a true bear market. This looks like this is a bear market now. Max Pain did come. We talked about Max Pain coming into the market, and it did. Who got your $16,000 Bitcoin? I did. Who bought, I even got some $15,000 Bitcoin. It was out of control. So, hey, when in fear, live in fear with the Romans. I'm just joking around, but you know what I mean. When in fear, live in fear. Buy in fear. I was saying, I hope no one realized what I was saying. I was tweeting. I was like, who's panic selling USD with me? You know. Look at that. What are the risks of going vegan? Bone fractures, anemia, stroke, depression. You seen all that? Look at the Dow Jones up 1,000 points, bouncing back to the upside. The S&P up 169. That's like the biggest single digit I've ever seen. Usually S&P's up like 20. For the S&P to be up 169 points, that's absolutely absurd. Like, that's insanity. Absolute insanity. And the dollar dumped. I mean, we got what we wanted. The dollar took a complete collapse to the downside. Right? So where's the money in the market today? That's what everybody wants to know. That's what people are looking to find out. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice, but let's look at the probabilities. Let's see what's brewing. Let's see what's cooking. Like right now, I'd be taking profits. I wouldn't be jumping in right now. You're overbought on the 1 hour time frame on the stochastics. You're overbought on the 15 minutes coming down for a retest. So could be a scalp here on the 15. I will tell you that. So look, let's go to our 7. I'm trying to move this over. Let's go to our 7-minute time frame. So look, we talked about this being a resistance. We made an M, but so far we came back and I called this a possible retest. Why? Because you had resistance. You came back, you bounced. That could be the retest of the zone. And this is a bit of a flag. You can even call it, look, see, it's a cup with a handle. Sammy, cup and handy to the upside. I don't know when we're going to see the cup and handles. I just see them, and there they are. There's a bit of a cup and handle for bitty Bitcoin on the 7-minute time frame. The 15 and the 7 are both bullish right now. They could pin the 1 hour and let it continue. That would send Bitcoin back to 18,200. And honestly, that wouldn't be that bad. Only $1,000 away from one of our lower points last week. We were at 18,800 not too long ago. So the 7-minute is showing signs of a big move right now for BTC, showing that there could be a bit of a punch. All right. Need I dare open Bookmap? I probably should not. You know what I mean? That's a bold move. Opening up Bookmap, it may end everything. It may end everything. You know what I mean? Shout out to the 700 people on the live stream. Can I get the likes up to the watches? I would greatly appreciate it. In this system that we created, which is where I go live and you watch the live stream, all right, what we do here is, oh wow, you guys are way behind me. The latency is a little long. It's like 30 seconds or something. Funny. All right. Okay, so look, I want to see this flag break to the upside here on the 7-minute time frame. That's how I could tell if we get above it, and then I want to break. I want Bitcoin to get back above 17,900. I want to see 18K hold. I want to see us get up to here to this spot here at 18,282, and I want to see us hold the zone there. Okay. I'm attempting to load Bookmap. I was like, I knew I was doing something bold and dangerous, and I was like, what are you doing, Sam? I was like, why do you feel nervous? You know, like you go to do something, you forget what it is, then you're like, why do I feel nervous about that? And you're like, I should update my Bookmap adapters. What I do, I said do. Ha 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 ha. What I tend to do, that's how I got out of that. See, I found another word. You can't say do. This is Binance Futures amalgamated data here. This is Bookmap. I use Bookmap all the time to show me what's happening in the market. I want to see what's going on. I want to see the liquidity. This costs money, you know, $50-$60 a month if you get global plus, but it's so worth it. The people at Bookmap really liked the way I traded. They came to me. They said, we believe our tools could help you. I met the CEO. I met the founder. I met, the head chief operations, Bruce Pringle, and everyone over there, and I became a part of the family. And now I love Bookmap. I know them well. And I love their product, and I talk about it every single day, 7 days a week, 365. Very rare day goes by that I don't talk about Bookmap. So look, these are liquidations, and so we're seeing long and short liquidations. Right now, people that went long are getting liquidated. 14,000, okay, 22,000. And there is liquidity here at 17,300 that we could bounce from. There's far more up here at 18,000, suggesting that this may be a short-lived dip. We just get into the 17,500 area and we bounce right back to the upside and we close these are people trying to sell. Not as much as we used to see, but 500, 100, 291 Bitcoin. Smaller sells up here, and then we got some smaller buys too. Then I like to shrink it down just to look at what's bigger, and they're about pretty even. A few more sells up here than buys down here. And the heat, the bigger the red area, the more people are trying to get in on that section. So if it's redder up here, more people are trying to buy Bitcoin at 18,000. If it's redder down here, more people are trying to sell. So right now, more people are trying to buy Oh, no, I'm so sorry. More people are trying to sell Bitcoin at 18,000 than buy Bitcoin down here. These are the buys. These are the sells, right? They're all trying to buy lower than the price, so you put your orders in so you can get it in. This shows me that there's a more likelihood that we move up to 17,900 to 18,000 area based on even my, and so the liquidity is further up here. There's just more red up here than down here, suggesting they're going to pull us up. They took a little nibble. 17,000 just got liquidated. 22,000. That's how many accounts? 7 accounts at $22,000 just got liquidated. And then 2 accounts at 17,000 just got liquidated. That's Bookmap. Link in the description below. Please use it if you like. It does help me out a great deal. I do get commissions from Bookmap, and I greatly, greatly appreciate that. So thank you so much for the love. So, yeah, we're watching to see if this flag can make a move. And honestly, because I see the 1 minute low, the 5 minute low, and the 7 minute low, it's very likely this was just a little bit of a grab for whoever was kind of mingling, and they're going to rip us. What we want to see is we want to get above this high volume node. If we get above the high volume node on this RVP, we're definitely headed at least to about 18,300 area. So that's my measured move, 18,003, and I'm calling a move to the upside for BTC in the next 2-3 hours based on these smaller time frames. Now, what? The sound? It's just the air conditioner. No worries. We'll have to fight through it. It is what it is. Thank you so much for being a detective. Why don't you come on and say hi? Not happening, right? No. It goes from fair to excellent. You know what I mean? The fact that I'm running Bookmap right now, this laptop is amazing. I'm on a laptop right now, a Rogue, a Republic of Gamers laptop. I had to get a gaming laptop to handle what I'm doing. I got Bookmap open. I got 100 pages open. I got Fiat Leak. The fact that I even have Fiat Leak still running in the background, which I should not, that's killing so much of the bandwidth. Don't need that. I'm super excited right now. This internet held on. When you go to a few places and the internet doesn't hold, you start wondering if the internet's going to hold anywhere you go. Everywhere I was going, the internet was holding, but I started to lose faith. And, dude, I get all up here. I set all this up, and then I press the record button, and my heart races. And if it doesn't set up, that's one day my business doesn't get out there. One day I don't promote. One day no one knows me. One day I don't get to make a call. One day I don't get to help anyone. One day I don't get to go over the coins. One day I don't get to go over the dollar index. And I have a hole in my heart. An absolute hole in my heart. So, yeah. I mean, we did get some floods here in Florida. The rains came, but it, just what they normally get. They're all right. Follow me on. That's funny, right? Look, inflation costs an average American family $11.5K this year. The midterms will be a bloodbath. Funny. That tweet didn't age well. I mean, that's funny. I mean, I don't understand, too. It didn't make sense. MetaMask, business and inflation trending. Crypto.com trending right now, right, which is Kronos. On the bright side, Bitcoin could only go down another 15.5 thousand. Hey, that's pretty funny. Can only go down another 15K. You know what I mean? Let's see what this dude said. I want to see what this is saying. I got to see this.
Transactions happening between financial counterparties, which then got repackaged and re-leveraged again and again and again, such that no one knew how much risk was in that system until it all fell apart. If you compare that to what happened on FTX or other major cryptocurrency venues today, there's complete transparency about the full open interest. There's complete transparency about the positions that are held. There's a robust, consistent risk framework applied, and we're excited to work with the CFTC on our U.S. licensed and regulated venue to bring a lot of this. Last thing that I'll say is if you look at...
So weird, right? Makes me wonder what is really going on. The FTX deal is off unless FTX US is part of the package. Blockworks citing a source. So, wow, it may still go on if FTX is part of the package. But insiders have told us that it will not, that it likely will not. But anything is possible. Let's keep our hopes up. You never know. Those people with other funds, there's a lot of people with funds there. Important upgrades just to push to THETA swap. Support and added for WTheta. Support added for MetaMask extension, Wallet Connect, MetaMask Mobile. Progress continues for THETA regardless of the bad actors in crypto. On to the MetaChain release December 1st. I mean, this is big. THETA's got a mainnet coming out on December 1st. Let's talk about this While everyone else is focused on the nonsense, let's focus on the big deal here. Theta got a mainnet coming out. Coins like to pump into their mainnets. This is something you really want to understand. The fact that Theta broke below $1, this is a screaming chance, in my humble opinion, to grab some Theta. Again, again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. So let's look here for Theta. I'm going to take a look at, you can see what I have for Theta, really. You really don't have to redraw the lines. We were in this flag before the huge fiasco happened, right? So it had pumped. I said, when in doubt, flag it out. And boy, did it flag out, right? It's funny. So everything's kind of on these levels of resistance areas, okay? What I'm seeing is a bit of a pullback because the dollar is at a support zone, right? So we're going to watch the dollar and these. This is kind of, the dollar is going to really confirm or deny, whether the probabilities for this are going to push up. Let's look back to the DXY for a second here. But see the dollar pumping back to the upside? See, I was just saying this. And why did I say it? Because, well, number one, down, up, down, up, down. I mean, this tends to be the channel that we're in. And we're hitting the bottom of the channel. When you hit the bottom of the channel, you likely bounce back up and you're low on the stochastics RSI. MACD turning, everything is showing signs of a reversal somewhat, right? What we want to do is you just want to see a bearish retest. So we'd like to see this come up and bearishly retest this area. Or even hit one of these, support, like this resistance zone. This is what we're looking for. Let's mark our support and resistance areas. So we want to see the dollar come up and get rejected by here or here. But it's likely pushing to the upside. I mean, it got low, so the bots are going to buy into the lowness, and that's just what it is. You're trading in between the bots. You're trading in between the mathematical movements, all right, in between price actions. So it is what it is. You got to take it for what it is. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. 670 strong, even though I jumped in at a random time of the day. More people than we ever used to have on the live when I had a regular scheduled show. 681 people, unbelievable. 429 likes. Who has never seen the show before? Who is their first time hanging out with the Crypto Lifer? It's like dusty in here. Got a Q-tip my nose out. You ever just put a Q-tip in there? I just want to Q-tip my nose out and just like clean it out. All that plane, you're in the plane. I'm just congested, and I'm not sick or anything. I'm just like, I just need to breathe some fresh air, jump in that salt water. I'm going to jump in the ocean today and actually go swimming. I can't believe I can go swimming today. Unbelievable. Maybe not a good idea, though, with all the rain. There might be a lot of sewage in there. Sketches me out. Look at that. Even the Bitcoin 3L is up huge. Like when you make 30% on Bitcoin 3L, I mean, Bitcoin went up huge. What I see is this shoulder, this head, and this shoulder that did break and a flag. I mean, so again, let's look at like a Coinbase chart. So just like flag this out and see if we can hang out on this flag. I see a pullback coming for the afternoon. I do. Time to take some profits, in my humble opinion. You do whatever makes you happy, but I would be, this is profit-taking time. You're at resistance. You're overbought in the 1 hour time frame. You could get the push up on that 7, I know, but you got an M here. You can't get back above 17,800. Multiple resistance areas. So you'd be looking for a bounce back off of here or here. See these two areas, there or there, to remain bullish. So we want to see Bitcoin kind of stay above 17,300. You see, honey? You understand what Daddy does? What is that? What is that? I think you're on camera, honey. You know that, right? You might be. Let me see. Yeah, I think you're on camera right there because that mirror's in there. You might be right behind me, though. You're on camera. You can be there. It's fine. Okay, then go sit right here, my love. Oh, she's tired from the plane. And look, there's the pullback. Dang, a fast pullback, too. Look at that, dumping to the downside. I just said take some profits. Isn't that insane? I just said I would take some profits here, and it starts to dump. Soothsayer, man. Look, that's an M, too. M's break to the downside. Likely you're going to drop all the way to 16,800. It is what it is. What is in the DXY, getting a bit of a pump back to the upside. Look at that massive dump. Right when I spoke about it. Insane. It is an M pattern. I wanted to retest there, and it failed. It didn't retest, you know? Wow. And that's going to be the DXY, right? Let's take a look. S&P getting a little bit of a red. S&P, you know, overbought. The huge pump. I mean, you're going to get a pullback. After a pump like that, you're going to get a pullback. Yeah, look at the dollar index on a vengeance. So it looks like the dollar index is going to pump hard back to the upside. They're doing a lot of manipulation today. So the shorts look to be in play. Let's take a look at MATIC 3S, one of the hotter coins that's up today. And let's take a look at the short here. MATIC 3S dot. No. Let's take a look at this. So this is going to move right up with the dollar index. So think about it. You want to keep, when you're trading, all right, you're trading altcoins. Cool thing to do, say you're trading MATIC, all right? Cool thing to do is just to slap the DXY right next to you on the screen if you want and have dual screens, you know? And what you want to watch is you want to watch this pump because if this pumps, the short for MATIC's going to pump. You get it? Understand these concepts, understand these correlations. So I short the market based on the dollar index. You see what I'm saying? I short the market based on the dollar index. This is what I'm looking at. Look, this is about to pump. And probably up to this resistance point, which makes me think that the short for MATIC will give you a bit of love too. So then you go to like the smaller time for MATIC, like the 15, and you see, okay, you're overbought there. That's why I always get like, that's why trading is tough because each set of parameters has to play out. So this must be overbought in the 15, the dollar index, see? Telling you that it's cooked. It is, see? So now you break this down. You're like, well, we broke out of here. That's a breakout. Rising wedge broke to the upside at resistance. So now this needs to make a little bit of a flag. If that stays in the flag when the 15 resets, the 1 hour is going to continue up. You see? And you're going to pump back to this area. Now, you could make a resistance area and then dump to the downside. So that's why you always have to maintain support and resistance. Interesting, right? So I would flag out this 15, but if this gets above there, you're going to gap up likely to about 109.47 pretty fast. Crazy the volatility on Bitcoin right now that we just saw. Nasty sell-off. It was an M pattern, and the measured move of the M was to this line. You know, you could take the middle to the M. It's actually a little lower than that. And we did wick pretty low, you know, to about 17,157, but I would say 16,963. Okay. How we all doing? How's everybody feeling today on this beautiful, beautiful Thursday? Where you are in the world. Bang, bang, bang. Today on the live, dadding with the lifer, yeah. Say it with me, Sam. I only know the fact of my own ignorance. Best lesson you taught me. I love you, man. You can never be wrong on TA. You're funny. Patterns can't outweigh macro. Exactly. I like what he said. Patterns can't outweigh macro. I agree with that. But you'll see a macro pattern that will outweigh that, though. And that's what you're not paying attention to. See, you'll see something that you didn't see. Listen, people, the purpose of the stream isn't just to give calls. It's an educational stream that happens to give more accurate calls than any other crypto stream. Don't blindly leverage. Lifer, you sent a tweet that I think you might, Lifer sent you a tweet that you think you might find funny. Thank you. Feeling blessed. Shout out to Meluel. Thank you. Possible bounce off the 50 EMA on Bitcoin in the 15. I'm doing great. Brought some cheap crypto to hold for 3 to 0.5 years. My man. Smart move. What's the other word? Hope the Wi-Fi is good. Yo, the Wi-Fi is amazing right now. Just like you said, you said God's got me. Everything's going to be fine. Sam, ATBs, share. Yes, I'll be on ATB today. And the screen share, I think I'm going to move the screen share. You know what I mean? I think I'm going to move it to Saturday morning from like, let's say like 8 to 10. 8 to 10. I'll ask my wife about it because my wife probably wants to go to dinner or something tonight. And the screen share is going to be from 6 to 8:30, right when my family wants to go to dinner or do something. You know what I mean? So I'll be like, no, I got to do my screen share. So we could either push it from 8 to 10 tonight. We could do it 8 to 10 tonight. But I think I'm going to be exhausted. So I think it's a good idea for me to switch it to Saturday morning. You taught me patterns. Love you. Thank you so much, Millennial Crypto Investing. I was away for a moment. Was so covered. So was not covered. We were waiting for you to come back. We knew you were away. Yeah, I have a psychic, and my psychic told me you had walked away from the computer, so I didn't want to do it until you got back, you know. Psychic just told me you got back, then you did get back, so boom. Live around the blockchain today at 5 p.m., a BitBoy show that shares the latest crypto news and project reviews. Let's support the Lifer and your Lifer community. I will be live today on Around the Blockchain. Can't wait to see you all there. Jump on in on Around the Blockchain. I have to kind of switch the camera angle a little bit, make it more dead on, because that's kind of how they have it, you know. Saturday morning is a good time for international lifers. Awesome, awesome, awesome. That's good to know. I mean, everything's going to be following Bitcoin, but, you know, Solana is in its own little nutshell, right? So, look, the dollar index took a nasty dump. Of course, it's going to have a little bit of a bump. All we want to know is that it doesn't get back above 109.46. And right now, it's even getting a bit of a rejection there at 108.74. So, if we can see the dollar not get back above, we'll be in the money. We'll be in the money. All right? But that was it's interesting. That was almost too big of a move for the dollar. Like, this was its own move in a way. You know, Bitcoin kind of got its own sell-off. Pretty interesting. Look, 77, 777s. The 777s have followed me everywhere I go recently. And if you look at the price right now, it's at 97777 for THETA. Telling me something. Something's brewing, right? I love THETA as a project. I believe it's a great long-term hold. Can't go wrong just DCAing into THETA, holding it for 4 years. In my humble opinion, I'm not a financial advisor, but I believe this is a project that's going to be here a long time from now. And yeah, it's going to do damage. Our baby Render was so hot. Remember we rode Render? I called the bottom for Render. It would go all the way up. Look, it would give all of it back. That's a low cap gem. People just got scared and just started selling off everything they had. Then it would rip all the way back up to the upside. This is a crazy day to be alive. Kadon, Hawk, VIDT. Even VIDT made it all the way to the target. So many of these coins made it to the target. Unbelievable. Shift, Anakim, GALA, Serum. Let's take a look at my baby Soul. For my man Zero Allegiance, let's take a look at Soul. So Soul took a beat to the ground all the way back at 16. Can you believe that? Now, I never really was a fan of Bankman-Fried. I'll be honest. My instincts told me to be careful of anything he was touching. I can't explain why. Just, you know, the way I was raised, just, you know, I could just... Something about his connection to Goldman Sachs. Something about the way he was too ushered in by the you know, the big money made me never really truly trust him because, you know, I come from hardworking middle class people and we usually can smell a rat. You know what I mean? You can usually kind of be like, something's wrong. And something was wrong there. I can't explain it, but look, this is a descending triangle. Descending triangles break 68% of the time. You had your fake out. Once you broke back inside this pattern, you knew it was still a descending, and then you were oversold and you dropped. Now, can you make a move to the downside, back to the upside? There's a chance, I guess. I mean, we take a look at our 3-day. 3-day suggests you're still dumping, though. Weekly's just getting started. Weekly says there could be way more pain for this. You could see Soul at $1, in my humble opinion. And honestly, when the news comes out of what happens, I believe this could go lower. So what you want to do is you want to look at the smaller time frames. And again, it is following Bitcoin, but you want to look at the smaller time frames and just see what's cooking. And you could say that broke out, breaking back down, but you got this rising wedge that broke to the downside. You're attempting to form a bit of a bottom, you know, and you got the same pattern Bitcoin's in the shoulder that it's following Bitcoin to a T. If Bitcoin rips, will Soul rip? That's an interesting. I got an interesting question. It is correlated to Bitcoin, but it got pumped down way worse. So you're like, Shout out to Nick Haper with Mask. We'll take a look at Mask. Yeah, and Soul below 5 is coming, in my opinion. So I mean, here you got a heavy resistance for Solana at about $8.99, and you're coming for this little support zone. You break this, you're going to drop to the point of control. You lose the point of control. I mean, here's your measured move for Solana. Would I make a play on it? I just, with the flight and everything right now too, I need my brain to kind of reset. Just getting back into the motion of the ocean here. I want to take care of that right now. Why do I have 2 of those? I think, you know why? I believe it's coming through the speakers and it's coming in. That's why it's doing both. Turn them all down as best I can. Yo, yo, yo. That doesn't need me on either. Yeah. Anyway. All right. I still can't believe that I freaking designed this whole thing. It's so insane to me. All the wires and everything. Insane. And I'm sitting there like, if I don't get these wires in, and then when I get off the plane, too, they go through all my stuff. They go through, because all my stuff goes off. So they're pulling wire. Literally, they're pulling wires out of my bag and like ripping through things. And I'm looking at them like, yo, my man. They made me go through this thing. The guy patted the side of, dude, I'm a skinny guy. My shirt was like super tight. Dude comes up to me. No lie, I'm not lying to you. He's doing this to me. Like, I'm like, yo, my man, like, you can clearly see I ain't got anything on. Like, you put me through a machine that basically, like, went through my entire body. Like, you really needed, I think it's a little much, honestly. Like, if you touch my wife like that, I would have been like, yo, that's a little weird, man. Like, why don't you chill? I mean, at the same time, I want to be safe on the plane, so do whatever you want, right? I guess. But isn't there, like, where is the level of like, didn't you just put me through an X-ray machine? Like, you're rubbing my sides now? And I'm saying, I'm an in-shape person, and my shirt is, like, as tight as it can be. Like, I wasn't like, what could I have hidden in there? Like, it just doesn't think I could have that much muscle. He's like, I got to feel this guy's muscles. I got to know what it's like to feel a muscular guy. I'm just like, what is he doing? Like, my wife's looking at me. Dude's, like, rubbing me down. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Oh, jeez, this is so funny, man. Anyway, so this is a rising wedge. Rising wedges break down 68% of the time, and it's saying it's calling its name back into the POC. So what you want to see is you want to see it pump back up, and you want to see it hit a resistance here or here and make an M pattern. You want to short the resistance areas with a measured move back down to the point of control. You know, if Bitcoin goes on a tear, though, this will rip back up. So it's a very sketchy day to trade. You know, at the end of the day, I go by the stochastics RSI, and they tell me there's going to be a bounce. You know, but we were supposed to get a bounce here on the 7, and we fell through, you know, in the dollar. And again, that's why I'm always watching the dollar index, and the dollar index began to pump. But now the dollar index is having a little trouble right here too. Okay. And the CPI data was good, but it wasn't amazing. It was flat. Like, it could have been better. It could have been better, but it was flat, but it could have been better. Okay. It was flat, but it could have been better. You know. So do I see any coins to play? What would I do today? You know, what am I doing? Well, honestly, after a huge dump like this, I like to see the market settle. I like to let the market kind of shift for a couple days, find out where we're at, see if there's any levels of support and resistance. Watching the dollar, of course. Like, if we start to break down from here, this is going to be a good shot, a good idea that, you know, we're in good shape. 15 minutes, very overbought, about to get a dump. And, you know, but the 15-minute was about to get a pump here, and we've been losing it to the downside. But, again, we are at resistance. We started the live stream at resistance, and this is kind of a rising wedge, too. See that right there? So that's that air that you guys hear, yeah. I think it's loud. I just raised the temperature, so 70 degrees, and won't try to make it any cooler. And that should be fine for now. I mean, this is bleeding out. Honestly, we're bleeding out right now to the downside. Bitcoin's getting rejected hard. Just crazy. It's getting sold off. Again, I mean, this is VRVP style. You lost this high volume node, you're likely to come down here. So it's highly likely Bitcoin's going to test 16,008, 16,700 area. Okay. Just based on, you know, the measured moves here. Look at that. We didn't get the retest as suggested, so let's rebuild a second here. Rising wedge broke down, hit the measured move, and then continued. Honestly, look at this. It did have a cup and handle too. But look. And then, if you look at it like an M pattern, I mean, that is the measured move, though, right around here. Got some support or resistance right there. Just likely you head drop all the way to the high volume node, you know, to the point of control. Yeah, go to the 1 minute and make a flag, and you're in a bear flag. That looks to roll over. Looks like we're going to 16,862, in my humble opinion. Let's swing up Bookmap and see if Bookmap corroborates the story. It does. Look at that. They just piled the liquidity down there, and they're going to drive the price down to 16.8. Look at that. You can see it right there. We're going to head down to this red area. The music is fitting. They're going to try to liquidate these longs down in here at 16,800. 17,000 is attempting to hold as hard as humanly possible. You do see a shoulder head and a shoulder there. It's interesting. But, I mean, you're overbought. Can you hold the zone? What makes no sense to me is the 15-minute looks like it's going to dump on the dollar. And you just tweezer topped and you hit resistance. So, honestly, even though I'm seeing a lot of mixed signals, I would long Bitcoin based on this. But the 1 hour, not in my favor. Just getting started. Bullish engulfing candle. So, you got to wait for the 15-minute to reset. So, here's the deal. Possible scalp. And then that's the thing. That's why it looked like a possible scalp for Bitcoin. And then Bitcoin started to dump. Kind of didn't make no sense to me. You know, you're seeing mixed signals here. Now you got a double bottom. I'm seeing mixed signals in the market. You know, I'm very not easy to trade. You know, normally I have way better indications are a little more confident. And that's the thing as a trader. Some days you're going to look at the market. It's not going to give you what you normally look for. And if that's when you learn how to curb your enthusiasm. And you don't chase. You know what I mean? I got to figure out how to get rid of that. That's not a fun sound for me personally. Maybe you guys don't hear it like I do, but I do. And I hear it like 3 times. I don't know why. I have no idea why I'm hearing it like that. Or at least I hear it twice. I think I'm hearing it on the speaker and on the Rodecaster Pro. I think I know why. Let me go to properties. Can't I just get rid of the jar? That's what it is. It's the jar going off. And the tip ticker going off. And the alert box going off. I got it now. I got it. I found it. All right, now we should hear it, but maybe just very, very little. Okay. I think we'll be good now. Yeah. Yeah, now I just got the alert box on. Maybe we won't hear it at all now, but, you know, we'll hope. We'll hope. Dude, I'm really excited about the internet. That means for the next few days, I have nothing to worry about. Everyone, I mean, it's likely, look, because you're likely coming down to 16,800. It is what it is. Unless you get some miraculous move to the upside here, you know. And the dollar index, I see it falling over on the 15, but still pumping on that 1 hour. You know, and we could get a massive pump. You could see Bitcoin back down to 15K. This gets above here, and the dollar rips back up. It leads to this resistance point. You're going to see a dump for Bitcoin. Okay, that Solana's at 1666. Funny. So everybody wants a move right now. What to do? I accumulate BTC and watch. You know what I mean? I just grab my Bitcoins. Just keep grabbing low BTCs. Let me take a look at the BTC pairs. I want to look at the Bitcoin pairs and see what we're seeing here. So tell Bitcoin up huge. Render Bitcoin up nice. MATIC Bitcoin holding pretty nicely. MATIC Bitcoin looks like it could rip out of a flag here. I mean, you have the double bottom flag. MATIC is holding up way better than Bitcoin right now. So look at that. I mean, that could be a nice scalp. 6% gain on the MATIC Bitcoin. 7-minute scalp. And look, you got major hidden bullish. Tells you that the trend will continue to the upside. Lack of bearish momentum in the MACD. This is a possible gainer right here. MATIC BTC. So MATIC BTC on the radar for a possible move to the upside. MATIC BTC is what I'm looking at for a possible scalp in the 7-minute. And honestly, some days I'm like, where am I? You know, I've been up since I had to go to bed at 10 o'clock. I had to wake up at 3 a.m., had to get to the airport. Then I had to get here, get out of the plane, fell asleep at a plane, had to build the studio, get it going. And it's just like, you know, I need to rest my head for a second and get myself back to square one. Eat some breakfast. I didn't really get a full breakfast. This French toast was absolutely horrible. I don't know how that's possible, but it was. Like, how do you make French toast bad? You know what I mean? But it wasn't that good. So look, not two huge gainers, but you can see the coins are, you know, holding against Bitcoin. And I like to do my old coin market cap thing too and take a look at coin market cap. And we want to see what's strong today in the last hour. Tron, interesting. Tron's been holding. It's just so strange. And XCN has been holding. And Pax Gold, which is, you know, a gold stable coin. And then all the stable coins. USDD, Binance. And then there was a bunch of Tether FUD last night. People trying to say that Tether was going to unpeg. And man, I heard that. You know how many times I've heard Tether was going to unpeg? I've heard it like, I'd say about 100 times. People get really crazy. Every time the market starts to rip, people start freaking out about Tether. Start saying it's about to do something crazy. It's about to dump. The whole world's going down the tubes. And it's like, yo, chill out. Like, chill out. So the takeaway from today, CPI data wasn't as bad as it could have been. S&P got a huge bounce. Huge deal for the big markets. That's going to make people want to jump back into BTC. So that's, you know, a pretty good sign. Here's the deal. Like, maybe you fell out and you want to break back into this. I mean, the pattern is just so hideous. I try to be open-minded and try to do something like this. But it's just, maybe it's this. Use diagonal trend lines. You know what? This is the best I can come up with now. And I'm only using one trend line at the time, but it's something like could we make this symmetrical triangle? And can we break back up, go tight, measured move to the upside and to the downside? And look, you don't have to clone them anymore. You just hit control and yeah, look, control and I'm out. Look at that. Pretty swift. I know you like that. Shout out to David Kendall. I don't know. I remember who brought us my bread, David. Everybody, big prayers for David Kendall. He had back issues for a long time. He went and got, like, you know, that surgery. And he should be good by today or tomorrow. And I just want to check up on him, see how he's doing. If you could send in a prayer in your mind for David, say, hey, dear Lord, I know David's struggling with his back issues. Hope he feels better. What? Come here. Give me a hug. Come here. You asked me if you could have a Jolly Rancher. You're that well behaved. I love you so much. Go have a Jolly Rancher, even though I don't like you having any candy at all. I'm really hard on her about the candy. I don't want her having her teeth rotting out of her feet. So I tell her, don't eat candies. It doesn't do nothing for you. It's a bunch of garbage. Try to tell her the truth, you know. Then you could have this falling wedge. See, I do this too. Like, it's a wedge that broke back into the wedge. Could this break out? And this is a strange because most people will never see this. So it can give you a little bit of an edge. So is there a chance we break back to the upside here? The 15-minute and the 7 want to bounce. You know, you should get a bit of a move to the downside here on this 15. The 15 minutes overbought. It's very, and look, this is just, you'd be like, well, he's all over the place today. But check it out. I'm just going by probability. Every time the stochastics was this high, right, we had a dump. We got this high right here. We had a dump. We got this high right here. We had a dump. We got this high right here. We had a pullback, pullback, and here we are again in the 15. So like I'm just showing you all the other 6 times that we got above the dotted line here. It doesn't mean we could get above, had a little bit of a pump, but over time, we end up lower than we began in this section. Like we ended up here, we ended up lower. Right? Here we ended up here, we ended up lower. Here we started here, we ended up, that one eventually went up higher over time. But that section in time did go lower. So I'm looking for a pullback right now for the dollar index, and this should put Bitcoin back up. Honestly, we should pump up. Hard to figure this market up, and there it is. Look at it pumping to the upside. So insane, right? And double bottoming. But this made sense. And then MATIC should pump with Bitcoin, but pump better. So this actually should still play out regardless if whatever the market does. Okay? And look, there's the bounce out of this falling wedge to the upside. Nobody else would have seen this as a falling wedge. But I've been backtesting this theory. And I've like probably drawn 100 of these on my live stream now. Usually it's one hill. I've never drawn the 2 hills. That's very rare. But again, at the same time, look, this trend line held. You see it? Bounce, 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 and we're on our way back to the upside here. We got to break this resistance at 17,568. But this is pattern trading 101, and we're inside of a pattern. And up, down, and it looks like we're going to end up tight and make a big move coming for Bitcoin. Would it be cool if at least we consolidate above 17,000? That's all I'm asking for. Little things, nothing big. But this looks like a pump to the upside. Quick little scalp here. 7-minute scalp out of this strange falling wedge that most people would never even be able to tell what it was, again. And nothing's guaranteed, but this is looking like a move. 7 in the 15, and we should get the pullback for the dollar index, which we're getting. This is a good sign, and at resistance, this would be great if we could dump. And then we could look at it like this. Rising wedge that wants to break to the downside. You see that? One weird trick is if you're doing a dual screen and you do a bunch of work on it, for me, I don't know why, I have to find out, but it won't save your work on the dual screen. It's like I did all that cool little work and, you know what I mean? It's like, nah, it didn't save what we did. If I go back to the dual screen, it should be there though. See? If I want to see what I did again and then recreate. Because you're trying to be like, well, how did I see that? But this is now making a rising wedge, in my humble opinion. And you hit that resistance and this resistance. And you want to see this dump. Now I could double bottom there, but that's okay. Interesting enough. Follow me on Twitter at CryptoLifer33. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for the love. Let's send out a tweet today. Let me know how you're feeling about it. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got, Obi? All right. This is a big question because I want to know what's going to be bigger next bull run, Web3 gaming or the metaverse? And what's your top project? You know what I mean? And I just think we should always hashtag anything that is relevant, no? Like metaverse and Web3. What's going to be bigger next bull run, Web3 gaming or metaverse? And what's your top project? Crypto.com, Bitcoin, Solana, BNB? I love BNB. I really do. I think BNB's hot. XRP. Let me know. And follow me at CryptoLifer33. I greatly appreciate that. We've been getting a huge following on Twitter. 9,059 followers. On our way to 10,000 followers. I greatly appreciate that. Look, Orlando's trending in Florida. I wonder why. Greetings from Miami. Oh, that's pretty cool, man. How'd you make that, dude? That's sick. That's so sick. You're hilarious. Who did that? I did that, apparently. My team did that. Dude, Bitcoin's market rally on CPI data. I know, a little bit. I mean, the market's rallied more than Bitcoin, which is kind of whack, but it is what it is, you know? Dude, this is hot. This is awesome. This is really cool. I love little boats like that. Those are cat boats, right? Little cat boat. All right, let's jump on in. So now we're flagging out after the pump out. We're back above 17,300. This is a big deal. You want to stay above 17,300 to remain bullish. Okay? Likely we will continue. The dollar index is slumping now, see? And that's going to pump Bitcoin. So it tried to get a little love, dump it to the downside. And today I'll be on Around the Blockchain at 5 p.m. All right? Around the Blockchain today at 5 p.m. Let's see if we can get that source out there. Why not? Why not? Thank you for the team. Always hooking me up. I appreciate that. Much love to you and yours. ATB add. Add that source. I just downloaded it. We'll find it. ATB Live banner, baby. It's going to be huge, right? There it is. But I'm on Around the Blockchain today at 5 p.m. Check me out Thursday at 5 p.m. on Around the Blockchain. Where we're going to go over, basically the news, CPI data, Bitcoin, and all sorts of amazing information. So stay tuned for more, and I'll take you around the blockchain with my people, DZ, and more. That's every single Thursday at 5 p.m., and it may change. Right now I'm doing Thursdays this month, but it may change. So look, if the dollar index dumps, this is going to pump for a nice 6% gain. If you're using the MATIC 3L token, possibly make even more. So I'm watching the BTC, I'm watching MATIC. So I like MATIC right now for a little bit of a move if Bitcoin pumps back to the upside. So I think we identified the move. I think it took us about 10 or 20 minutes. It wasn't easy. And we got into the pocket, right? It took me a while. And I saw a lot of information. I had to kind of play around. And eventually, I'm pretty happy with what I got. So, yeah. You also have some spider lines that are interesting. Here's another spider line. This one right here. See that? We have to get back above that resistance, or kind of like this, in my opinion. See them? Because you respected it so much here. See that? Bang, bang, bang. We already got people answering the tweet. You people are unreal. Dude, this was crazy. This was crazy. I actually sent it. You guys going to send the video out? The video is crazy. Hold on. I want to play the video. Did you guys put the video anywhere? I just want to play the video. The video was insane. Look at this. This was nuts. I had never been in water like that in my life.
We in water out here. We did have a hurricane.
Look, the cars, we were in water.
Look at this guy, he's done.
This guy, he's done. It was crazy.
Look, the water came right up over the river into the water. This is the deepest I've ever been in the car, in the water, straight up.
Oh no, it's on Slack. This is crazy. Look at this. This is this morning. Sorry about the wind.
Look at this car, it looks like boats.
Try to put a little Florida, man. Look how tired I am. Exhausted. When you're up all night on a flight. I'm getting old, man. Oh, man. I thought we were going to get stuck. And I'm thinking of all my equipment. I'm like, oh, we're not going to get through this. This is going to be a mess. Pretty cool. I get to the bottom of this dual action. But thank you so much for the love. I appreciate that. How many people we got on the live now kicking with me? Let's get that music back kicking. Timmy, and you're on. Timmy, and you're on. All right. David Kendall, it's electric stimulation. Live and around the blockchain today at 5 p.m. A BitBoy show that shares the latest crypto news and projects review. Let's support the lifer and your lifer community. Thank you. Breaking news. Tron reached an agreement with FTX. They'll let them holders swap BTT, JDS, Tron, and HT to another wallet. Tron reached an agreement with FTX. They'll let the holders swap BTT, JST, Sun, TRX, and HT to another wallet. Hey, can we look closer at CSPR? Elon, please. Your TA is the best, bro. Bryson Gonzalez. Let's look at Mask, ADA, CSPR, and Elon. Thank you so much for asking about my TA. Thank you so much for giving me that very, very nice... look at that. I mean, we're pumping to the upside as predicted here, right? I mean, we got it. You know, if I'm on, I'm gonna give you the special. I'm gonna be able to find that sauce, baby. I'm gonna be able to find that sauce. That's also a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder reacting to the upside. And I'm showing you the dollar index is dumping. You know, that's a dump, baby. That's a dump. So we had a crazy dump at the beginning of the live, right when we started. But we got caught. We got held by 17,176 for whatever reason. I mean, that even, I guess that one little point of control of the last volume, they didn't want to make the gap. They said there's more liquidity up here. Didn't want to make the gap. Bang. I got to turn off Slack notifications. I don't know how to do that right now. Ooh, we skipped a few frames, which I don't know why. I'm gonna turn Bookmap off now for a second, but it is showing me that there's more liquidity now back up at 17.7. Let's get out of there for now. How's the stream? How's the stream? How's the stream? How's the stream? All right, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for the help. So look, I mean, at the end of the day, you're making, I don't know. I don't buy any of these rallies. Excellent. I got to learn how to take off Slack notifications or just turn it off completely. Even though I like it and I'm using it, you know. Nothing. There you go. That's great. But I do like it. The thing is, it brings in those tweets, right? We have that tweet section. So then I'm seeing every single little tweet. Oh, I'm on the 1 minute chart. Let me get off of that. I don't want to be on the 1 minute. That's why I was looking so treacherous. I was like, why is it looking this bad, you know? But I guess, I mean, that's how we had to figure out where we were going. You know what I mean? There's really no other way to figure it out. Like, 15-minute wants to bang. So, and that's a bullish engulfing candle now. We have made a move back to the upside. Very strange price action, I'll tell you that. I'm going to freestyle. Let me go to BTC USD, which is the Coinbase chart. I'm going to take away all my moving averages. I mean, that's where we figured out this move, though. I'm also tired. You have to give it. I'm tired. So my brain works as good as my brain, right? So you have to know that I am a human. And sometimes it's just the brain needs to rest to be able to produce, right? So Mask. Someone asked about Mask. Let's break down Mask. Mask took a beat down to the ground, all right? We were trading it lovely. It looked great. It took a beat down. Had a huge pump to the upside, gave a lot of it back. But let's pull a Fibonacci on the bigger time frame on the daily. And we pull a fib here. We're in the golden pocket, 706, and we did bounce from it. Very, very healthy place to bounce from. A lot of the market bounced from there, okay? So that kind of gives you that move, gives you that idea. Here we got his falling wedge that could break to the upside 68% of the time. We could even just say it's like this. Or did it break out already, you know? I'm open-minded. I'll keep it in as long as I'm in. And now we got a flag cooking here for Mask. And it's just like Bitcoin. See how Bitcoin's in that same like slanted M thing going on? But this is what you want. You want to see if the market can make a move. To me, you're at a resistance and you're looking for support. If you can't find it here, you're likely to drop down to the bottom of the pattern, somewhere right around this area or here. The 4-hour tells me to be careful, you know. Possible scalps in the smaller time frame, but they're not huge. Could just get you to the top of the pattern for. And then I believe the 3 days probably pretty spent. Yes, I'd be careful. That 3 days is pretty spent. You had a bearish engulfing candle there. It got ran up because BNB was doing that, you know, Mask, BNB, and Twitter thing. And that kind of pumped the price up. Gave it a little bit of a hype. I think BNB was also buying it to get it into that ETF, right? And you have to remember, they make almost break even on all the fees. So they can get into a coin and lose all the money in the coin and still make money on the fees of that coin. So you got a bearish engulfing candle here. You do get wicked up and wicked down. Some mixed signals, though. I got to be honest. Some mixed signals. 22-hour wants to rip. So eventually what I do is I pick the time frame that I believe in. So like right here, you'd pick this 22-hour and believe that it's going to break out. And you got to commit to that time frame. Now, even though the other time frames may not be in your favor, you commit to this time frame. You see a little bit of hidden bullish there in a way, and the 22-hour suggests you can pump to the upside. You don't have a lot of support or resistance, but the bigger time frame, that 3-day also, you know, kind of lingers. So what I do see, though, is you broke above the high volume node, you're likely to get at least to here, to the next. You know, you broke above the point of control, you're likely to get to there. So I would trade this on the 22-hour up to this node, 38% gain, you know. And I would be waiting for my entry based on the smaller time frames. So I'd keep this flag alive. And honestly, that's a bullish, that's an aggressive entry right there at the bottom of the flag. Bitcoin can hold, this can pump, and then this would be a bigger move for the bigger time frame. Could produce about 38 to 48% gains. And it is in the, if you pull the Fibonacci, it's where it's supposed to be. I'm getting some mixed signals based on the 3-day chart. I get it. So, to each his own. This is high risk, high reward. Would I trade this? Because the coin was so hot, and because the daily and the other time frames are all right, I'd scalp it at least for 20 to 30%. I believe Mask could do some damage, for sure. I would watch Mask on this 45 and then kind of move it into that 22-hour. But the 4-hour also does have to kind of come to terms. So you're in between. I got some mixed signals. Again, like the whole market, it's not 100% today. Mask. Man, we traded it last week so beautifully. And that's why you got to take advantage of the market when the market's hot. Because you never know when the market's going to take a nasty dip too. Okay? 22-hour is bullish and oversold. But I watched the smaller time frames for my specific entry. Okay, I was like, oh, 22 hours great. I'm gonna jump on it. I wait and watch for my specific entry in that time frame. Okay. And some days it's not all there. Like it's not 100%. You don't get it all perfectly. Shout out to the 660 people on the live. 517 likes. Can I get the likes up to the watches? $54 in chat revenue. May God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. Let's take a look at CSPR. Let's take a look at ELON. Bump, 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 bump. So look, Casper's in an inverted head and shoulder that didn't break out like Bitcoin did, but look, shoulder, head, and a shoulder trying to negate that right side. Can you get a move? Is the question. So inverted head and shoulder wants to break to the upside like every coin in the game. It took a beat down. However, it's higher than it used to be on the lows, and we pulled the Fibonacci, and it actually had a pretty nice fib pull to the 786. So what Bitcoin did is it just took every coin that was already down and just brought it even to its knees, basically. Bounced to the upside and eventually a falling wedge to the upside. Again, the 3 days probably cooked. Nah, 3-day looks good for this. Daily looks good for this too. So if anything could pop, it could be Casper. Casper even has a hidden bullish divergence. You got to swing up here. You got to swing down, suggesting that you would trend back to the upside. MACD get a bit of a turn here. If anything could pop, it's Casper. I don't like the market structure. Like the pattern itself is ugly. It's almost like you had this and you got to break back inside, in my humble opinion. You got to get back inside the pattern. That makes more sense to me. Once we get above there, I will play this pattern as if it wasn't a pattern. So I'll watch this closely, but I want to see CSPR get back inside of the pattern. If it can't get back inside the pattern, to me, it's more bearish. That's a bearish retest, and it could drop to the downside. So I want to see it back in the pattern, but if it gets back in the pattern, it can fly because that's going to hold that trend, and that trend could pop. And then the 3-day and the daily are both good to go. This was something that should have popped earlier, but did not based on the market kind of bleeding it. But I do like what I'm seeing for Casper. Stop loss below the 886 Fibonacci level. Can't go wrong. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. I'm just a guy that goes over Fibonacci, support or resistance, coins and ideas, right? You have to get the education and apply the education yourself. If the education makes sense, you can then apply it, right? And that's really, it's about applying the education. I am teaching the education. You can then apply it. CSPR, USDT. Must get back inside the pattern. Okay. Okay, CSPR, watching to see if we can get back inside the pattern. All right, on the radar for the day. Okay, and Elon. Someone asked about Elon, my baby, Doge Elon Morris. Little coin I used to hold back in the day. Look, it's in this beautiful symmetrical triangle. I wanted to see it break to the upside, 88%. Bitcoin took it to the ground, right? It was beautifully getting ready. If Bitcoin had stayed sideways, that thing would have ripped to the upside. Elon did not do it. We got demolished, right? So we fell to the downside. It is what it is, and it's the same pattern that everything else is in. And it's kind of like this falling wedge that I say we fell out of, fell back into, that Bitcoin could break out of, and this is already breaking out of it a little bit. Very strange patterns, I'll be honest. Like, this is like, you know, you can almost say, well, it's still in this too, you know? Everything's looking very similar. We're flagging them out on the 1 hour time frame. 4 hour is, look, even the 4 hour, everything spiked hard on the 4 hour and got a little over zealous. So I'm a 22 hour guy. I like these 22 hour time frames. So again, I mean, the simplest way I could look at this is it broke out, broke back inside the pattern, and it's got a measured move like so. And the 22 hour will take it at least back to its next resistance and maybe a little higher. Elon. This all depends on Bitcoin pumping, but that's a 97% gain for Elon. And so what you would do is you would go to a smaller time frame like the 1 hour and just build a flag. And if the flag can stay in a flag, that's going to be your aggressive entry for the 22 hour. So you watch the smaller time frame. Let me slap my moving averages back in there. It's been a while. And so and again, you want to see this 50 crossing the 200. You want to see the tightness in the moving averages. But Elon could make a 97% gain. And I would get into it by watching the flag on the 1 hour time frame. Okay? That's what I would do, though. You got to do whatever makes you happy. I don't know what that is for you. Okay? This is my trading style that I figured out over 15 years. It took me 15 years to eventually agree on a lot of this stuff. I say, I'm going to do this instead of that. I'm going to do that. Like, you know, I eventually didn't use Fib. I didn't use like Elliott Wave. I used it like, I decided on what I wanted to use, you know, and went from there. So I like this on the 22 hour. I'm watching a flag on the 15. So Elon, bullish on the 15. Elon. Elon, bullish on the 15 minute. No, bullish on the 22 hour. That's how you know I'm tired. And watching a flag on the 1 hour for bullish confirmation. See that? If it gives me the confirmation, I take the trade. If it does not, I don't take the trade. See, I'm waiting for bullish. That's what my flags are. I'm waiting for. Don't touch that phone. I just like telling you what to do. Don't touch that phone. Don't touch that phone. I'm going to teach you how to use the stream deck. Give me that little deck there. It's a little plastic thing with the buttons. I'm going to teach you how to use that, and I'm going to have you running the show. I'm going to teach you, like, we're going to program this together, and you're going to sit next to me, and I'm going to be like, hit this button, hit that button, and you're going to run the show. All right? Now eat some French toast. Pull up a chair and eat some French toast. Spit that garbage out. Eat some real food. Daddy doesn't like when you eat candy. You know that. I got to be hard on you to be good to you. All right? I can't let you do whatever you want if I say I love you. You know? Doesn't work like that. Someone wants to know, where is Bitcoin going to go? Honestly, we're seeing some major struggles. All right? I'm leaning on the DXY here, but look, it's acting. Now, that's a bearish retest. That's coming for the bearish retest now. So this will confirm it all today, right here. This gets back in here, then we're done. And we're going to back. But we want to see this take a turn. This takes a turn, we're going to get a nice pump for Bitcoin. So watch this. Wait for the confirmation. We want to see two candles close on the 7 minute below this trend line. We don't want to see ourselves get back in. If we do, that's a bearish retest confirmation. And this will dump down to 107.98. Bitcoin will get a bit of more of a relief rally, and we'll get a bit of a pump to the upside. Okay? That's what we're looking at. Wow, it's 1:29. We did a 2 hour show. Have I really been live for 2 hours? Is that for real? Really?
It felt like 2 hours.
I mean, that's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, an hour and 52 minutes. Unbelievable. All right, do I see anything else hot in the market? Honestly, let's see. I mean, the market's nice. There's some greenery, right? But the greenery was like you had to buy in the middle of the night last night, kind of like. And then to me, profit taking right now, watching the market and the flag, and everything got that rip up. But look, even MATIC kind of struggling right now. Look, that's a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder dump. I'm just seeing too many people trying to leverage on either side. You got too many emotional people just acting erratic. And I don't want to be a part of their emotional erratic nature. So I want them to clear out, get liquidated and beat. That's a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder, hands down. I don't see why that won't dump down to $1 even. That doesn't dump to $1 even. I mean, and it could be a flag that pumps to the upside. I get it. I see I'm getting mixed signals. Even I am. And I have to be honest with you. I'm getting mixed signals. Dollar index was wanted to pump, then it didn't. Things look good, then it wasn't. No man is 100%. Remember that. I'm as close as I can be, but no man is 100%. So look, we broke back inside the. No. We bearishly retested. We got a bearishly retest right here. Could almost say we're in the pattern. I guess you say we're inside the pattern still. We want to see this make an M. So if the dollar doesn't get above, here's the deal. We could look at minutia all day, back and forth, and that's just going to drive us crazy. So set your support and resistance lines. As long as the dollar doesn't close a candle on the 4 hour above 108.67, I would begin to long the market. All right. If the dollar doesn't get a candle, so we want to see the dollar. It can pump up, it can do all this stuff, but I don't want to see a 4 hour candle close above here. If that happens, I'll change my tune. So I want to see a 4 hour candle get rejected. We don't want to see a 4 hour candle close above 108.66 in order to long the rest of the market. All right. Shout out to anyone that jumped into the stream. Y'all the best. You're the best. You're the best. Let's see what happened with the tweet here. Let me read these tweets, see what's going on. What's going to be bigger next, bull run, Web3 gaming or metaverse? And what's your top project? So if I don't give away, if I don't do the 99, no one answers the tweet, huh? Incentivized, right? Come on. Just do it for free. It's like you always have to do something. I'm high. I just made that stop off. We're already at the metaverse, the Dubai metaverse with Crypto Lifer, legend of the TA Bull. The Emirates, look at that. I'm high. I just made that stop off. We're already in the metaverse, the Dubai metaverse. Look at that, dude. That's Dubai, huh? With all the yachts. That's crazy. I can't wait to go to Dubai. I got to go to Dubai in March, right? Yeah. I'm going to be going. I've linked up with some big players, man. These guys at the cryptocurrency magazine. Crypto magazine. I should know, right? I'm like the word. But hold on, I'll get the link. Look, Big Boy Crypto got wrecked. YouTube. Wait, what is that? 9 months ago. Look, Bitcoin magazine. Look, it's so funny, man. They use old. That's funny, man. No, but there's cryptocurrency. I'll show you. It's CMCC here. Look. Oh, he had an issue with them, but I think he got on. No, I think I got to go to CoinGecko.
Done.
Nice job.
So how
We go to
do you-
CMCC. Right
how
here.
do you use it?
This is it. This is it. All right. Check out this company. All right. A strong concept with a real use case in a huge market. The fastest growing crypto marketing group in the world. Crypto Yeah, it's true. And they have a magazine, the crypto magazine. It's going to be huge. It was founded by a team of marketing, blah, blah, blah. CMC, you know, what is CMC? It's a unique concept crypto. I'll show you how, you know. So look, they got this weekly magazine. Check this out. This thing is hot. Crypto Weekly. Bitcoin gains 1K in 1 minute as CPI data deals DXY a fresh 2% dip, right? And they hit the news real fast. But this is it. This is awesome. And they put out a monthly news. They put out, this is weekly, but they put a monthly magazine out every single month, like a real magazine. And yeah, they're pretty awesome. And yeah. I won't say anything, but their magazine is going to come out in Decentral in Miami at the end of the month.
Hey, where am I at?
And they're going to feature me in the magazine. It'll be a pretty big deal. I just want to wait for the magazine to come out, but it's pretty cool. And I probably will be back here in Miami again. And, you know, I'll be helping kind of promote the event. They're going to have 7,000 copies of it on everybody's seat. They're going to get it out there. They're going to use the event. Apparently, I can't say who because, I've signed something, but a known... famous, a really well-known person that's very well-known right now is going to be on the cover of that. That's going to be huge for cryptocurrency. It's going to be a big deal. It's a known celebrity that many of you know that is in the spotlight all the time right now. Some like the perfect person to have on a magazine cover. I can't disclose at the moment, right? But it's going to be a big deal, and I'm excited for it. So this is coming up at the end of the month too. So yeah, we may be in a bear market, but there's so much happening in crypto. And there's so many projects and people that are moving forward and that really believe. And yeah, at the end of the day, I'll tell you what, dollar index is getting high on the 7. Like, look at it. It's in a rising wedge. It's going to dump. 1 hour time frame wants to pump. 15-minute wants to dump. Let's see this 15-minute dump on the dollar. It's going to happen. We're going through minutia on the 7-minute right now. Don't get too emotional on it. Let's see the 15-minute take this move to the downside. Come on, baby. Then we'll see the 1 hour try to rip back up. And then we'll get even more of a move. That's what I'm looking for, okay? And Bitcoin can, they try to wreck it. They try to rush it below 17K, and it held 17,000 right now. So to me, that was them trying to rock it to 17. It held pretty good long on the 15, I don't like the 1 hour time frame, and that's a bearish engulfing candle as well. So I'm getting mixed signals. Bigger time frames are bearish. 1 hour wants to dump in your face, but we'll see what happens in the 15-minute first. So what I see happening, most likely scenario, we come up here for an M and we break to the downside somewhere down here and we end up at 16,500 because the 1 hour doesn't look good. I'll change my tune if we get back above 18,000, but okay. I'll change my tune if we get back above 18,000. And I don't see a lot of amazing opportunity in the market. There was a quick bounce that, if you didn't jump in on it, and don't get mad if you didn't jump in on those bounces. You know what I mean? It's all right. Like, it's okay. Like MATIC 3 up 93%. But that was, you had to have the goal. And honestly, if you just play my trading style, like that's a, point of control. You trade the VRVP from the point of control to the next high volume node. And that's clockwork. Boom. And you trade the measured move of the pattern, which is the length of the pole. And it tells you where you're likely going to go. You see what I'm saying? And you could take the whole length of the pole. It depends. That's your conservative. That's if you want to go for the gusto. And look, that's exactly what happened. Length of that pole, wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. And that's, look, I mean, I shifted. What do you eat now? It's always me and you, huh?
Yeah.
So, look, a lot of coins up huge, but they bounced up with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going to have to hold a pretty nice level before it can continue to the upside. Dollar index is going to dump. We do see a flag here. Aggressive bias to enter this flag right now. Again, that's an aggressive move, though. Aggressive bias to enter this flag right now. Very aggressive. High risk move, but that's how you get the high reward. Could see a huge, nice move in the next hour on this 15-minute. And it could get a blast. If the dollar collapses, this 15-minute will bump up hard. All right? So, but that would be a very, very aggressive, high-risk move. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, it's not a low-risk trade at all. It's a high-risk trade. But there's a probability that could play out. That's very high risk, though. Okay? I want you to understand the difference between a high-risk trade and, that's extremely high risk. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Everyone go watch Sin City Crypto. I don't want to stream on their time. It is 1:30 p.m., which is their time. So it's time to run over to see Sin City Crypto. Watch that show, laugh. We've done the hard math now, and now you can have a good time. They give you the education with the fun and the entertainment. So check them out. Yeah, if you just trade MATIC 3L, just trade it on the 15 minutes, see if you can catch it, and then it is what it is. Like, that's how I'm looking at it. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. Just going over what I see in the markets every single day. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications so you can find out when I post my next video. We did ELON. We did Casper. Cardano and JSMY. All right. No, I got to look at Cardano. You're on camera, remember. There's the camera. So it's not like normal when you're on camera right now. You want to be on camera? You're too cute to be on camera. No one gets to see my baby. You're my baby girl. Cardano's going to do everything. I mean, everything's going to follow exactly what I just showed you. Like, all the blue chip are going to follow Bitcoin. They're in the exact same pattern. Think about Cardano. Fine. Let's look at Cardano and the lows. You want to know about the lows. Here's the deal. Cardano ripped back on the 3-day. It had this bullish divergence that it played out. But, I mean, you have to understand, Bitcoin could go to 10,000. Cardano goes to 15 cents. Like, people don't realize, like, it can always get worse. You know? I mean, look at the 3-day chart. The 3-day chart says this is going to get worse. Not guaranteeing it, you know, mixed signals. Daily's oversold, but you're making a slowly lower low there, right? You went all the way to 31 cents. You lose that. Where's your next level of support or resistance? You got nothing until you get to 16. Remember when it went to 16 to 30? That was a quick move. I remember that move. So you end up back here. You're down there fast. You need some bullish divergence on the daily, which you do have. Swing up to swing up, swing down to swing down. I get it. There's some bullish divvy right there. Bitcoin gets a relief rally. Cardano will too as well. It already did bounce. But again, I'm getting some mixed signals. The 15-minute has to perform right now and do damage out of these flags to really like. So it's an aggressive move to buy these flags on almost anything, right? And that's where the money's going to be made today if you can make an aggressive move here. And the dollar index drops on that 15-minute. And so you're waiting for this nasty dump on the 15 and that pump. But then again, like once that happens, I would take quick profits on that. So and then you said, but the 7 minutes and a head and shoulder, and it's, yes, there's mixed signals. You got to write down your, like when I look at things, I look at a bearish and bullish sentiment on any time I trade. And I build a case, right? Like right now, that's a shoulder, head, and a shoulder. I'm not a fan of it, but it's also a falling wedge. You know, I could say, fine, we're in a falling wedge and try to negate this, or say it was an M pattern that should have dumped. It didn't. This has a nice long pause if this can pump to the upside. Okay. Live on Around the Blockchain today at 5 p.m. A BitBoy show that shares the latest. And another thing I want to talk about is having a backup exchange. How many times have you gone to trade an exchange and next thing you know, they're under maintenance? Something's happening. Or they're underwater, like Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX. So had you opened up a Max Global with the kid, with the Crypto Lifer, okay, you'd be in good shape right now. You'd have your backup exchange ready to go. 5 days left. If you deposit $2,000 or $500 and you spot trade $2,000, or if you spot trade up to $10,000 in futures, you'll get a $25 campaign airdrop, and one lucky, beautiful person will receive $1,000 in a future bonus, and 5 lucky people will receive $200 in campaign tokens. So that's going on right now. Only 5 days left. Jump on in to the Crypto Lifer airdrop, and I don't like to use that word, but check it out today. Link in the description and link right here. I'll copy it and paste it to the comment section. Max Global, baby. Max Global. So remember, Max Global, KuCoin, 3 commas, TradingView, and what else do I use, baby? Bitcoin. And Coinbase, right? She sat with me throughout the whole time. My wife's putting the kid to sleep. We're in our Airbnb. Hey, kid's got to go through. She's supposed to be at school today, but we took her out of school. You're supposed to be in school right now. She's supposed to be in school, but she's watching her dad live stream. She's getting a real education. She's getting a real education. Okay? Desire, dedication, discipline, and determination equals the life for life, baby. Can you take a look at band protocol? It's going to be looking just like everything else that we just looked at, honestly. I don't see any difference. You know, watch. You're going to see it in a flag. Watch. Understand what I'm saying to you. All right? It's the same flag, right, that you saw for big. It's the same thing. Okay? The shoulder, the head, possible shoulder. It's the same thing. It's the exact same sauce. Not much different. Okay? If Bitcoin does it, then it's all the same nonsense. This actually looks like it's going to bend back to the upside, though. I like that. 22 hours about to get busy. And again, it's back to this same thing. Like, sorry, my hand slipped on something. So, like, we were in this this is kind of what it is. You were in this pattern. You broke out of it, but you broke right back into it. And now you have to play that pattern as if it never fell out. So you negate this. That's why I have my highlighter like the color of the actual background. And this should go all the way to there. And that's just the measured move. That's what should occur based on the probabilities. Band should continue up 84% and make a move. Okay? However, look, that 4 hours spent, daily has room, the 22-hour has room to go. So I would watch band, see how it broke out, and I would flag it out on a smaller time frame. And that's why, you know, that's how I learned over time to make these patterns like. And again, if you get above the point of control, you could dump to the downside too as well. And if Bitcoin doesn't get above a zone, the whole thing's dumping. So like, I don't want to get too confident here with this bounce. So here. Band bullish on the 22-hour time frame, measured move to 450, right? All right, now we can go look at the beach, kid. I'll take you outside. You can take a look at the beach. You want to go check out the beach?
Yes.
Me too. Get your sandals on.
Yes.
Have some fun with Dad on a. Is it Friday? No, it's Thursday.
Yes.
All right. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. If you came to the channel, I mean, we are so grateful and love that you love us. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. We love you. We thank you so much for being here with us in our Airbnb as we kick it. And stay tuned. Watch the social media. We're going to show you the Airbnb, what it looks like. We're going to show you what we're doing, where we're at, what we're doing. Not exactly our location because we don't want to get... You know, oh, let me do one thing here. Wanted to show you the view. If I get out of it, it should show that area. Wanted to show you the view. So you can see the sailboat right up there. Really pretty. It's a beautiful bay out there overlooking the water. Super nice. But there you have it. And I'll be on Around the Blockchain today at 5 p.m. 5 p.m. 5 p.m. We're going to move the weekly screen share to Saturday morning, but we're still going to do it. We're going to get it done. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications so you can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Come here, give me a hug.
Make sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell.
Thank you, sweetheart. We love you so much. Thank you, everybody. And have a great day. Be safe. We love you more than you would ever know.